Dear students, in our first lecture, we have already learned about the theory of microscopy, in which we have learned about the magnification and resolution power of microscope. And yes, the most important point that we have discussed is the difference of magnification and the resolution of the microscopes. Now, in the rest of the module, we will learn about the instrumentation and working of different type of microscope, their application, advantages and disadvantages over one another. So let's start today's topic, that is instrumentation and working of compound microscope. To understand the instrumentation and working of compound microscope, you should be well versed with the concept of reflection and refraction that you have read in your previous classes. You should know the way how a light rays get diverted when that is passed through the lenses, specifically through biconvex lenses. And of course, you should understand what is magnification power, what is resolution, and how these two parameters are different from each other. The objectives of today's lectures are to understand the instrumentation of compound microscope, to understand the arrangement and functioning of different parts of compound microscope, to understand the ray diagram of compound microscope, how a compound microscope enlarge and magnify the image of the object in better resolution. After that, you should be able to understand the application, advantages and disadvantages of compound microscopes. So students, this is a small animation to show you the different parts of the compound microscope. This is the best microscope to view the things larger, and here you can see the different part of the microscope. This is the eyepiece or ocular. This is near to the observer eye. You can see this is a lens mounted in a eye tube or optical tube. This A is the eyepiece or the ocular. Ocular may have different magnification power, and you can have 5x to 10x power of magnification eyepiece mounted on the lens. This is the body tube. If you remember the theory, the length of the body tube have a great impact on the resolution power of the compound microscope. This is the arm. This is used to hold the microscope to place its location. These are the revolving nose piece on which the objective of different magnification power has been mounted. You can see these are the objective lens which is near to the objective. This is a slide over which we have kept our object that has to be studied. This is the high resolution power objective lens. This is the low resolution power objective lens. These are the stage clips. This is used to hold the or to intact the slide over the stage. This is the stage of the compound microscope. You can see. This is the mirror. This is the stage. On stage, we have to keep our object. I already told you these are the stage clips used to hold the slide. This is the mirror. This is the condenser lens. This lens is used to condense the light rays obtained from the mirror that have 39.5 mm of diameter. This is the iris diaphragm. I will tell you that it has different holes. These are the coarse adjustment knob. I will explain the use of different knobs in this lecture only. This is the fine adjustment knob. These two knobs are used to get clear image, to adjust the distance of objective lens from the object. These are the mirror. This mirror is used to reflect the light rays and allow the light rays to pass through the condense to the object, and from object the light rays will pass through the objective. This is the base on which the whole structure has been placed. This is a heavy part of the microscope to maintain the gravity center. This is the sub-stage adjustment knob. So this was the animation. Now I will explain each and every part of the compound microscope one by one. Now, before coming to the compound microscope, let's recall what is microscope. A microscope is an instrument, or you can say is a powerful magnifying glass that magnify the image of the object in better resolution so that we can see that through our naked eye. Previously, that was not visible to our eyes due to their micro size. Now, coming to the main topic of today's lecture, that is compound microscope. The compound microscope can be defined as an optical instrument which is used to obtain high magnification. It is actually an extension of the magnifying glass which is used to see very small things, generally which are micro in size. The magnification power of a simple lens is very limited. It is difficult to get a magnification better than a few times without using a highly curved lens with a high refractive index. This kind of lens will have a lot of aberrations that one cannot see the image clearly. Therefore, we use two or more lenses which builds up the compound microscope. Okay, let's explain this by having an example. Okay, suppose we have to magnify a small image and we have a single lens. In order to get better magnified image, we need a lens that have greater refractive index, but the result of that image will be blurred. How? Because that particular lens either that have a good magnification power, but their resolution power will be lesser. So what we will do, we will arrange different lenses to get an image in not only in magnified manner but also in a better resolution, so that the image of the object will not pixelate and we will get the clear image as the object is actually looks like. Okay, so students, you all must have experienced to work on compound microscope in your previous class. Most probably in the biological labs where you have to study so many micro-sized cellular or subcellular components. So if I asked you to label this compound microscope, will you people be able to correctly mark all the parts of this compound microscope? Okay, I am giving you 2 minutes. Just do this exercise in your mind. Then I will show you the correct labeling of the parts of the compound microscope. Then after we will discuss each and every part one by one. Okay, so I am giving you 2 minutes. Just label this compound microscope. I think you people have done. So I am changing the slide so that you will check your answer. See, this is the parts of the compound microscope. This is the eyepiece. This is the body tube. This is the revolving nose piece. These are the objective lens. There are 3 types of lenses mounted in a compound microscope. This is the arm of the compound microscope. This is the stage where we have to place our object on typically on a slide. Okay, this is a coarse focus. This is a fine focus. These are the knobs to do adjustment to get clear image. This is the base of the compound microscope. This is the light. Here a mirror has been mounted. This is the diaphragm. These are the stage clips. Okay, so I hope you all have marked the compound microscope parts correctly. If not, just learn it. Okay, so I am going to explain all these parts of the compound microscope one by one in the instrumentation of microscope. The first part was the eyepiece and body tube. Okay, actually why we are having eyepiece and body tube together? Because eyepiece is mounted in the body tube or the optical tube. Okay, this is the eyepiece. You can see here This is the side of the lens which is closer to the eye of the observer. Okay, and this lens, generally biconvex lens, is mounted in a tube-like structure which is known as the body tube. The eyepiece is the lens through which the observer or the viewer look to see the specimen. This usually contains the 10x or 15x power lens. This is actually the magnification power that I have already told you in the previous lecture. The body tube connects the eyepiece to the objective lens. Okay. So coming to the next slide. Stage clips and the objective. You can see over the stage just below the objective lens. You can see here there are the two clips. Objective lenses are one of the most important part of the compound microscope. You can see here there are the three objective lenses that have different magnification power. Okay, they are the closest to the specimen. That's why we call them as a objective lens, because these lenses are close to the object. Okay. A standard microscope has 3 to 4 objective lenses that have range from 4x to 100x. Again, these 4x and 100x are the magnification power of the lenses. And the stage clips are the metal clips that held the slide in a place. Okay, you can recall when you have used the compound microscope, you put your specimen or the object on the slide and then place the slide over here, and in order to intact the slide over the stage, you use these clips. This is just to hold the slide so that the slide will not move from its place. Okay. So these are the stage clips and these are the objective lens. Nose piece on the compound microscope is one of the most important part. It is a rotating device that holds the objective lenses. As I have already told you that on the compound microscope there may be 3 to 4 objective lenses with different magnification power. So on nose piece we have, this is the nose piece you can see, and we have different type of objective over here that will be exploited under different circumstances, or this is actually based on the type of object that you are going to study. Okay. The viewer spin the nose piece to select different objective lens. You can rotate, this is the axis of rotation, and you can rotate your nose piece in clockwise or anti-clockwise manner. The aperture in the middle of the stage that allows light from the illuminator to reach the specimen. This is the aperture. This is actually the place from where the light enters to the object, and then after the light rays will enter to the objective lenses. Now coming to the next part of the compound microscope, that is coarse adjustment, fine adjustment and the base. Okay, so we have two type of knobs present on the compound microscope. The one is your coarse adjustment knob and the second is fine adjustment knob. These knobs are used to get clear pictures of the object. Coarse adjustment is used to define the distance of object from the objective lens to get clear image, and fine adjustment knob is used to get the detailed focus of the smaller parts of the object, and base is where the microscope rests. Okay, I am going to explain these two type the application of these two type of knobs by an example. Okay, suppose you have to study an animal cell using your compound microscope. Okay, so first you have to decide the distance of objective lens, that how far your objective lens should be from your object to get the clear image. Suppose after adjustment using coarse adjustment knob, you will get a picture of this cell in this manner. Okay, now if you use fine adjustment knob, what will happen? You will be able to study the subcellular components of the cell. Okay, suppose you have used this fine adjustment knob, you will get clear images of the finer or the smaller subcellular organelles. So these are the two different type of knobs. First knob is used to define the distance of the objective lens from the object to get image, and then find adjustment knob is used to get the detailed information of the object in more clear manner. Okay, and this is the base of the microscope. You can see this is the base. This is nothing but the place or the part of the compound microscope where the whole microscope rests. Okay, now coming to the parts of the stage. On the stage you can find different parts. The most important part is the mirror or the light source that directs light upward onto the slide. You can see this is the mirror that is placed on the stage. Okay, what is the application of this mirror is this actually reflect the light and allow that light to pass through the objective lens. This is placed below the stage. Okay, and on stage you have to place your object. On the object you will have your objective lens. So the application or the objective of the mirror is to illuminate the object so that you can study your object using lenses. Another part is the arm and the base. The arm connects the body tube to the base of the microscope, and the base support the microscope. It's where illuminator present. Okay, you can see on this stage that there is a switch. This is nothing but this is a switch to make your microscope on and off. Okay, means working on non-working condition. You can see this is the arm of the microscope. The arm is the part from where we have to carry the microscope when we change the place of the microscope. Okay, this is a place where we actually hold the microscope in a safer manner to change the place. Now the next part is diaphragm. Diaphragm adjusts the amount of light that reaches the specimen. The diaphragm is generally have 5-hole disc placed under the stage. Each hole is of different diameter, and by turning it we can vary the amount of light passing through the stage opening. This is the picture of the diaphragm. Just a minute. This is the picture of the diaphragm. You can see there are so many holes present on this diaphragm, and the holes are of different diameter. By using different type of holes, we can actually quantify the amount of light that is passed through the object. This is the ray diagram of compound microscope. By using this compound microscope, you will be able to understand that how the compound microscope magnify the image of the smaller object. Okay, this is the object. This is actually you have placed on the slide. The slide is placed on the stage, and below the stage you will have the condenser lens and mirror. From mirror you will get the light rays. Okay, so we are starting to explain the ray diagram from objective only. You can see the light rays are passing first through the objective lens and will make a image at point B dash A dash. You will get the picture of AB over here as an image A dash B dash. Now this image will act as an object for the eyepiece that is mounted in a optical tube and which is closer to the eye of the observer. Now this lens will create the image of A dash B dash behind the objective lens in a more magnified manner, and you will get many times larger image of this AB over here, and this is how the compound microscope make an image of the smaller objects. Now the advantages and disadvantages of compound microscope. The advantages are the compound microscope can magnify the image from 100 to 400 times. The specimen can be living, means you can study the living specimen using compound microscope. You can see the different colors of the microscope. This is affordable, means this is cheaper in price, and reasonable in size, means you can easily carry the compound microscope. with you when you are shifting your lab from one place to another. Along with these advantages, some disadvantages associated with the light compound microscopes are: it will give only 2D image. This is not appropriate to study the sample in the 3 dimension. And the second is the specimen must be thin. It means you cannot use thicker specimen to be studied under this microscope, and the specimen must be translucent. You cannot use transparent or solid specimen under this compound microscope. These are some references from where we have taken the matter to discuss.